I recognize the indwelling spirit. Hi everyone, Antonio Thornton. Today is February 20th, day number 51 of 365 Science of Mind, and I'm back out here at the park enjoying the beautiful, beautiful weather. It's February 20th, 71 degrees. There's that for global warming, but we won't even go there. But just a beautiful day out here by the park, and there were a few geese that were floating around. Maybe they'll come back and join me. But today's lesson number 51, is I recognize the indwelling spirit. And the quote for today is, "Be still and know that I am God." And that's from Psalm 46:10. The text reads, "A belief in the invisible is the very essence of faith. Prayer or spiritual communion demands a complete surrender to the invisible. It knows that because the creative power of God is at hand, all things are possible." All things are possible. Whatever idea of God may be, the perception of reality is always an inner perception. As Moses tells us, the word is not afar off, but in our own mouths. And Jesus taught that the kingdom of heaven is within us. The prayer of power is not so much a petition as it is an inner recognition. We cannot doubt that the Spirit has already made the gift of life since we live. Ours is the privilege of acceptance. Thus, we are to assume the attitude of a grateful beneficiary of the divine gifts. This should be done simply and directly. The Spirit is not something that was or is going to be or become. The truth is that which is, it exists at the very center of our being. To pray in spirit and in truth means to recognize this indwelling spirit and to declare the truth about its activity through us. And this really is about recognizing what we know to be true, is that the Spirit of God, the Spirit of love, the divine intelligence is all, and we are it, and it is us. And that being in us, we then create a sense of joy, a sense of peace, a sense of knowing that all is possible. I mean, what did it say here? I thought was powerful here. It knows that because the creative power of God is at hand, all things are possible. And that's simply because it is. Not because of anything, not because of anyone, and really not because of any doing. You know, I talked about yesterday that there's really no intermediary between us and Spirit. There is no go-between. There is no liaison. It's Spirit as a part of us. And because the fact that, just the mere fact that we exist, all is possible. And what did it say here? We cannot doubt that the Spirit has already made the gift of life since we live. Ours is a privilege of acceptance, and that acceptance is just taking on anything that we desire. That is our job, that is our role in this. When I talk about our action is in the knowing, the believing, but also in the receiving and the acceptance of what is here for us. Now, I'm going to read this one sentence that really stands out. It's a little tricky, but I'm going to read it again just to make sure it's very clear. So Thus, we're to assume the attitude of grateful beneficiary of the divine gifts. This should be done simply and directly. Now, here's a sentence. The Spirit is not something that was or that is going to be or become. It's a constant. It's a never-ending existence. No beginning, no end. And that's exactly what that's saying. The truth is that which is, it exists at the very center of our being, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I'm going to go ahead today and leave you with that and move right on into our meditation and affirmation. As always, we're going to take a simple and deep, one single deep breath just to get ourselves centered. And what a better place to do that than out here in this fresh air with nature. So we're going to take a deep breath in and let it out. And just because we're outside, we're going to do two. Today, I direct my experience, the reality. I directly experience the reality of spirit, allowing it to renew my mind, guide my decisions, and direct my affairs. I know that in the eternal act of creation, everything passes from the invisible to the visible, to be temporarily experienced. I rest in peace, assured that my needs are met by this play of life upon itself. And so it is. And with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave you with that wonderful lesson. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for another episode of 365 Science of Mind. Take care.